focus?
Much better. Okay, welcome back to the challenge, guys. So we are going to start off. This is the very first episode. Today we're going to get into it. We're going to dive into the first episode. All right. Let me show you my list. So I got this nice, I don't know if you can see that. I've got this list of tricks, 64 tricks that I'm gonna attempt to master. If you notice that there's some repeating, the only reason I did that is because I'm gonna revisit them and kind of tweak them a little bit, do something a little different. What is the first trick? How do we kick off this challenge? What's the first thing we're gonna do? Well, the answer may surprise you. The answer is you start where you stop. Does that make sense? The first trick that we're gonna do, technically trick, whatever you're gonna call it, is landing, learning how to stop. Because in order to begin, you must end. See, in order to start working out, you have to stop not going to the gym. In order to start losing weight, you have to stop eating junk food. So that's where we're starting today. We're gonna learn how to stop. It seems like a weird place learning how to freestyle FPV, starting where we're stopping, but it doesn't matter how great I can be, it doesn't matter how many flips I can do in the sky. If I can't bring the bird down, we're going nowhere. All right, we're not gonna get any better. Landing isn't something we think about often in life, right? But counteracting movement is something we do often. Or think about running. In order to run, right, you put your foot against the ground, you bend your knee, you push off, and you go. You propel forward. All right, now you're going in one direction with some speed. Well, in order to stop, you don't just lock your legs up straight and stop moving. Otherwise, your face will go down because your momentum is carrying you through the space, all right? The same is true of FPV. In order to stop running, what do you have to do? You have to counteract the movement, slow your momentum, right? You have to push in the other direction, sort of, as you're running to stop. And we do this, we don't really think about it very much because it's something we do so often when we run. The same is true of FPV. If we want to stop the drone from moving, we have to counteract its movement with opposite movement, all right? Basic law of thermodynamics, equal and opposite actions. So in FPV, it's similar to running in that you have to stop the movement. The only difference is in FPV, you have to consider every angle that the drone is facing. So you're not just going opposite one direction, you're going opposite one direction, but also if it's tilted, it's going opposite that direction. Every axis has to be considered when you're landing. So there's a little more challenge to it than just bring the bird down and hit the ground. And we can do that, we can just disarm and let it fall, but I kind of want to fly at least twice. But that's not necessarily the hardest part of landing FPV. Here's the hardest part of landing FPV. In order to propel the drone forward and see where you're flying to, if this is the drone, you have to go like this. You have to pitch forward so the drone moves this way. In order to do that, if the camera is just facing level with the drone, when you do that, you're just gonna be staring at the ground the whole time. Well, we don't wanna do that. We wanna go forward. We wanna see where we're flying so we don't run into people and stuff. So we turn the camera, we angle the camera up so that when it's going forward, we can see in front of us. The horizon is level, which is great for flying. It's really hard for landing because when you land and you want to level it out, the camera is now facing towards the sky. So in order to land an FPV, what you have to do is think about the space that you're landing in, but while you're looking at the sky. So it's like trying to land on your back, right? It's uncomfortable, it's weird, and I think personally that's the hardest part. That's the hardest challenge that I've come across when it comes to landing. So let's do this. I have been practicing my landings. I have some clips of me doing some terrible landings, but I have been practicing. I have been getting better. So let's talk about landing. Here are the basics of landing. There's 4 basics of landing. 1, be in the air. Check, done that, easy. 2, slow down, hover in place. All right, hover over the place that you want to land or prepare to have control of your drone in the space you want to land. 3, descend to the landing site. 4, disarm. All right, 2 is the hardest part. Because again, you have to counteract every movement and axis. Once you get there, you disarm so that no one dies from the props. All right, that would be a dangerous thing. Want to disarm, and that's it. Landing mastered. All right, so we're in the simulator right now. We're gonna land, and I'm just gonna try and land wherever I see fit. Whatever I can land on, I'm gonna try to land on it. I think I'm gonna end the video there. I think we got a good place. Landing, I feel pretty confident to be able to land wherever I want with at least 2 tries. To me, considered mastered. 1 down, 63 more to go. I would give this one out of 5 stars a difficulty of a half star, 0.5 stars, because it's kind of the beginner pre-freestyle. I wouldn't even consider it beginner. Consider it pre-FPV foundational thing that has to be done in order to do the other tricks and stuff that you want to do. So I have a pad here, and I thought it'd be cool. I'm not an artist by any means. I want to make that very clear before I show this. I'm not an artist. Handwriting's also terrible. But I just thought it cool to draw the trick that we do every single time. This is a good way for me to end the video as I'm drawing this, just to tell you, hey, subscribe if you're not subscribed, like the video, comment, and yeah, let's continue. I also want to see, man, if you are trying to get better at FPV, I want to know about it, man. I want to see. I'm focused right now. I want to see how you're improving, what your plan is to get better. And yeah, maybe we can all just kind of get better together. Whatever your dreams are. Wow, I am not an artist. This looks like a weird turtle. So there we go. That's the camera. And then we need the antenna. Let's do that. And landing mode is activated. Ooh, let's add a cloud. And then let's add me. Stick figures. I draw stick figures. I don't know if anyone else draws stick figures, but with the goggles and the antennas and then the radio. All right, and there you go. There you go. First trick, first day, done. Many more to come. I'm Team FPV. Stay soaring.